I just wanted to have a good conversation about some of the things that we can learn from what we just saw in Baltimore. What we can see and what we would want to see happen in Phoenix. What lessons that we can learn from Baltimore so that they don't happen here.
I think they talked about having violence as a public health concern and not just a police problem, and I agree with that. One of the things that I always preach is that not just violence, but trauma in itself is a public health issue, not just a mental health issue.
There are a lot of people out there who really want to do good things and they want to help police and they like the police and I need to be engaged with them. And so my philosophy has always been, I enforce the laws with the people, not on the people. And that is the key to this film and the relationships that are important to develop as police agencies, that you have to work with your community.
In schools, we need to see more historic spaces, but in neighborhoods, particularly neighborhoods where there's over-policing and brutality, which actually is a problem in Phoenix. I don't think people think about it because they think about New York and Chicago and stuff like that, but it actually is a problem.
I'm not saying the military receives all the services that they do receive, but they go off to war, they experience these horrific things, and then they have services. Whereas you have correction officers who are everyday police officers, every day in a war zone. There's no services. There's no veterans facility for them to go to. There's nobody encouraging them to go talk to someone. There's nothing for them. Pushing those initiatives, it ripples back to the community. So if we have healthy officers in the community, then they can come to their job every day healthy and don't have to worry about all the impacts of trauma that they're carrying every day.
A lot of police officers and school teachers and nurses and everybody, instead of feeling like the first responders, we feel like the last responders, because there's a lot of times that systems have just been exhausted and nobody really has the answer, and so then they call the police and they expect you to somehow wave a magic wand over it and fix it. And it's very frustrating and it's demoralizing. You see in the film where they talk about going to 12-hour shifts and they said only 4 people showed up for graveyard shift, only 6 people were working day shift. Officers are burnt out, they're tired. Police officer suicides are higher than they've ever been.
I work at the VA hospital, and I'm also an ex-convict who's been on both sides. I used to be a correction officer back in New York. And what I've noticed over the years is that a lot of the officers that I see in certain neighborhoods are not from that neighborhood, and you brought that up. It used to be a thing where if you worked in a certain area, you had to live in that area. And that's when one of the mayors took over. He squashed that, and things even got tougher for the neighborhood, for the people in the neighborhood, because the officers were not connecting. And that was one of the things that we struggled with for a long time, and they're still struggling with. One of the things I see is that we really get caught up in voting on a national level, but a lot of us don't vote on a local level. And it's the local level that actually, that's the laws and the things that actually affect us the most. This is some of the things that we ought to take a look at as well. So I just wanted to bring that up.